另外一个储物袋有神识烙印，我还没来得及打开，就被一堆狗男女抢走了。
The Dao companion couple mentioned by Huang Yu, the ones who snatched away his storage pouch, who exactly were they? What terrifying level had their strength reached? Why was it that Situ Nan, who had always been arrogant and unrestrained, and who had already reached the pure nirvana realm, mid-stage, still had to behave with utmost respect upon seeing them, even addressing them as senior brother and senior sister? Besides the immortal grain and the pointing immortal brush, what else did you obtain? There were 2 storage pouches in total. One contained the immortal trapping net and a jade slip. As for the other pouch, I hadn't even had time to open it before it was snatched away by a man and a woman, the true identities of the Dao companions. The true identities of these 2 individuals were none other than disciples of the Lin immortal emperor. The man was named Wang Wei, the 2nd disciple of Lin. The woman was named Hu Huan, the 7th disciple of Lin. Not only were they Dao companions, but both had reached the terrifying level of shattered nirvana, great perfection. When the Cultivator Alliance and the Immortal Realm were destroyed by the Palm Lord, the 2 had been away on a mission and thus narrowly escaped annihilation. Later, upon learning that their master Lin had suffered severe injuries and had entered an immortal emperor's cave abode, within the land of monster spirits to recuperate, he was ambushed by ancient demon Bei Luo and ancient devil Tajia, who joined forces against him. Tajia remained within the true cave abode, engaging Lin in a physical body struggle that lasted tens of thousands of years, the hidden truth of the false cave abodes. In order to rescue their master, Wang Wei and Hu Chuan concealed their true identities and remained hidden within a false cave abode inside the land of monster spirits searching for a way to break the deadlock. Even figures such as All-Seer Tian Yunzi and Ling Tianhu, who had interacted with them multiple times, were completely unaware of the truth. To enter the true immortal emperor's cave, Abode 1 not only needed the cave abode token, but also had to first open the remaining 4 false cave abodes. This was the primary reason why they had been unable to rescue Lin for so many years. The key to breaking the deadlock. The appearance of the immortal emperor's cave abode token was the key variable that could finally break the situation. This token was located at the exit of the abyss of the Tide's End in the Fire Monster County. Back then, Tan Lang led the remaining members of the 12 Sword Eliminators there precisely for this reason. However, the place where the token appeared was filled with countless monster beasts dragged in by spatial rifts, and required 100 years for the mist to converge as well as a life sacrifice before the token could manifest. In other words, Tan Lang had intended to use the others as sacrificial offerings. Naturally, everything Tan Lang did was perfectly clear to the Cloud Immortal Dao companions. However, they did not interfere, intending instead to let Tan Lang summon the token and then seize it effortlessly afterward. Return to the current timeline. After Wang Lin helped ancient demon Bei Luo devour the monster spirits of Fire Monster County and regain part of his strength, he learned from Bei Luo that Zhou Yi had been imprisoned by Ling Tianhu in the abyss of the Tide's End of the Heavenly Monster County. After successfully rescuing Zhou, Wang Lin attempted to leave through the Fire Monster County exit, only to encounter Tan Lang and the others waiting for the token to appear. With Zhou Yi's assistance, Wang Lin slew all the Sword Eliminators except for senior brother Shen Long and seized the token from Tan Lang. The Great Battle. After guarding the treasure for 100 years, only to have it stolen, Tan Lang naturally refused to accept this outcome. A massive battle erupted. By the time the Cloud Immortal Dao companions arrived, possibly due to having arrived late, Wang Lin was already being hunted by Tan Lang's 2nd primordial spirit, the ancient Thunder Dragon, and was forced into a spatial rift leading to the Latian star domain. Meanwhile, Zhou Yi was locked in battle with Tan Lang's main body. Zhou Yi's true identity. Hu Quan had grown up alongside Qing Shuang, the daughter of Lin, and shared a bond like that of real sisters. At a single glance, she recognized Zhou Yi as the sword soul of the Rain Immortal Sword belonging to Qing Shuang. Thus the Dao companions intervened, rescued Zhou Yi, and kept him by their side. Wang Lin's departure. Because the trial in the land of monster spirits ended prematurely, and fearing pursuit by the blood ancestor, Wang Lin relied on the protection of the heaven-defying bead and entered the Latian star domain through the spatial rift. The Cloud Immortal Dao companions did not pursue Wang Lin to reclaim the token. Firstly, because entering that rift would cause even shattered Nirvana experts to be instantly annihilated. Secondly, because Wang Lin was a friend of Zhou Yi the Sword Soul, there was no reason to treat him as an enemy. Events during Wang Lin's absence. During the hundreds of years that Mazi Wang Lin was away cultivating, Zhou Yi, unable to discern the Dao companions' true identities, never mentioned Qing Shuang. The Dao companions, fearing damage to Qing Shuang's sword soul from soul extraction art, also refrained from probing him. Instead, they provided Zhou Yi with numerous healing pills to help him grow stronger. Situ Nan's poison. Mazi's return to the land of monster spirits at the mid-stage Kuinie realm was largely due to Situ Nan. When Situ Nan sought revenge on Vermilion Bird Planet, he was afflicted with a rare poison from the wuxia immortal realm known as Immortal Desire, Mortal Death. Even after reaching the Pure Nirvana realm, mid-stage he could only slow the poison by seeking furnace. Thus Wang Lin devised a plan involving Qinglin Immortal Emperor. Through a chain of earth-shattering battles that shook the very foundations of the land of monster spirits, the final confrontation was set in motion. At the most critical moment when despair seemed unavoidable, the Vermilion Bird Saint Emperor descended from the heavens, bringing with him the ancient sacred artifacts of the Kungsu sacred domain. Scarlet flames scorched the void, divine light tore through the darkness, and the overwhelming might of a true supreme being finally tipped the scales. Faced with the combined suppression of the Saint Emperor and the sacred artifacts, ancient devil Taijia, who had once dared to contend with an immortal emperor, was ultimately unable to resist. After an unimaginably fierce struggle, Taijia was completely sealed away, his demonic will locked beneath layers of divine restrictions, bringing an end to an era of chaos that had lasted for countless ages. With the greatest threat eliminated, the long-awaited chance finally arrived. Guided by hidden clues and ancient inheritances, Wang Lin, together with the Cloud Immortal Dao companions, crossed realms and ventured into the long-sealed wuxia immortal realm. There, within forgotten immortal ruins and beneath layers of heavenly Doa restrictions, they gathered the final materials needed for a miracle that defied fate itself. At last, through supreme divine methods and unfathomable immortal emperor techniques, Qinglin Immortal Emperor was successfully resurrected. Even more astonishing was the revival of Qing Shuang, whose soul had once been scattered, her existence lingering only as a memory bound to the Rain Immortal Sword. Under Qinglin's peerless divine abilities, life was restored where death once reigned, and the long-severed bond between father and daughter was finally made whole again. In gratitude for Wang Lin's unwavering resolve and countless sacrifices, Qinglin accepted him as his personal disciple. And at Qinglin's solemn request, Wang Lin also took part in a final act of repayment using the Immortal Emperor's power to completely cleanse the terrifying poison that had plagued Situ Nan for so long. The toxin that even the pure Nirvana realm could not overcome was finally eradicated, leaving Situ Nan fully restored. Upon witnessing Situ Nan's exceptional talent and unyielding will, Qinglin found himself unwilling to let such a cultivator pass him by. Thus he extended an offer to accept Situ Nan as a disciple as well. Naturally, Situ Nan, true to his unruly nature, did not bow easily. With a grin he declared, "You can be my master if you want, but don't think for a moment you get to chain me down." Rather than taking offense, Qinglin merely smiled and agreed, amused by the defiant spirit that reminded him of his own past. From that day forward, Wang Lin's status quietly but fundamentally changed. No longer did he address Wang Wei and Hu Quan as distant seniors. Now bound by the same master, he respectfully called them senior brother and senior sister. The hierarchy shifted, and with it, Wang Lin's place in the greater immortal world was firmly established. Yet despite their immense power and pivotal role in reshaping fate, the Cloud Immortal Dao companions gradually withdrew from the currents of destiny. As the story moved onward and new storms gathered on the horizon, their figures slowly faded from the main stage, leaving behind only legend's unspoken gratitude and the profound influence they had etched into the lives of those they once protected.